What's up? It's your boy Domuto. We're back with. Alright, never mind. We ain't gonna do that intro. What's up? It's your boy Domuto. We're back with another video. Today we're watching UnrealEntGaming, Beyond Dragon Ball Super, Ultra Ego Vegeta Unleash God of Destruction. Rino versus Beerus. Alright. Seems very interesting. Rino about to fight Beerus and Ultra Ego Vegeta pulling up on Cobra, so let's get into it.
As our story continues now, back on Beerus' planet, with Beerus being shown having to initiate by getting ready to engage against Universe 13's God of Destruction, Rino, in which as soon as Beerus from that point was then shown getting into fighting position was when Beerus went on to then respond, "Oh, now you've done it, Destroyer. You think you can just waltz into my universe whenever you want, make demands, and disrespect me on top of it all? Well, not on my watch, you won't. This is going to be one lesson that you'll wish you never asked for, Rino. These pathetic games that you continue to play along with your obsessive desire to best me isn't going to help you seize victory against me, and I'll make sure that it doesn't, because enough is enough. You've taken liberties with me for the last time, and I'll make sure that by the time this day is over, that you regret ever thinking about coming here to pursue your challenge against me, Destroyer." To which, in the meantime, when then venturing back over into Universe 14 and seeing Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta battle against Cobra's minions, it was only just during the middle of Vegeta's engagement against Cobra's minions was when Vegeta then went on to respond, "So, is this seriously the best that your universe has to offer here, Lord
Talk your shit,
Cobras?
Vegeta.
These brain-dead minions of yours can barely land a single shot on me," Vegeta continues. "Now, don't be ridiculous to send such weaklings after me when they are all but a waste of my time and space, Destroyer. And for you to go as far as to test my resolve against them and not you is but a slap to my face. But I'll go and show you on exactly why sending your servants after me was a big mistake, Destroyer." Well, this mortal warrior seems to have quite the mouth on him, wouldn't you agree, Lord Cobra's Angel Merilith went on to ask? And as I'm beginning to wonder on if that's due to his overconfidence or his lack of awareness for where he is and who he's talking back against. Well, I actually fancy his bravado, Destroyer, Cobras went on to respond.
Okay.
Because it only goes as far as to remind me of his pathetic excuse for a God of Destruction, Beerus, and the way he goes about by conducting himself. "It doesn't concern me," to which upon one of his elite soldiers being shown having to elbow Vegeta in the spine was when Destroyer Cobras went on to then continue, "Because what mainly concerns me is to see if this mortal is truly worthy of having anything to offer, or if he is just like all the others who came before him, unworthy and undeserving of existing within the same realm as us Destroyers, but I can feel it within him. Because if I can sense a greater and much deeper darkness that dwells beneath the very bottom of your very soul, mortal, can you?" To which upon Cobras now being shown stopping Vegeta's body with simply one finger was when Cobras went on to then continue, "And if I didn't know any better, then I take a guess and say that you were once a killer just like me. Isn't that right, Vegeta? And if I'm proven to be correct on my assumption about you, then what happened to this dark nature?" Cobras went on to question. "Be honest and tell me, did you trade your true nature in for a much weaker one at some point in your life? Because if you did, then that would make you just like your Destroyer, Beerus. A disgrace." With Vegeta then quickly responding, "A disgrace, huh? Well then let me go and show you on just how disgraceful I can truly be, Destroyer. Now stop hiding behind your army of lizards and fight me." But then it was only just before Vegeta even had the opportunity to engage Cobras was when one of Cobra's elites went on to grab onto Vegeta's arm by then responding, "You'd be out of your mind if you think I'd stand around and watch you lay your filthy hands on Lord Cobra, saying, 'Oh, why, you annoying little coward.' The only cowardly act that I see coming from anyone on this planet," Cobras then quickly went on to respond, "is the one that comes from you, Vegeta. And I never once said that your test was over. forever. So for the time being, you will continue to be tested until your resolve has been proven to me, Cobras continues. And I couldn't think of a better way to push you into drawing this darkness out than by introducing you to one of my favorite pets on this planet. So you will either die as Beerus's jester or rise through the fire in overcoming what's in front of you, which in your case will be a very big problem, mortal. Oh, I'm getting sick of seeing your underlings protect you from me, Destroyer. And if you're so tough and claim to be so much more powerful than even Lord Beerus, then why don't you prove it? An angry Vegeta went on to quickly respond. Come and show me what you're really all about then, and maybe, just
Talk
maybe,
your shit,
I'll
Vegeta.
give you exactly what you've been looking to get out of me. You silly little man, the elite Orel went on to then quickly chime in. You have much bigger things to worry about at the moment than looking to go head to head with Lord Cobras, fool. Yes, and in fact, Cobras went on to then quickly respond. You might want to turn around and go and handle your business over that way, Saiyans, which as Vegeta was now shown doing was when Vegeta then went on to question, go and handle my business? My business is with you, so what the hell are you, then just what the heck is that? To which upon Vegeta now being shown turning around and coming face to face with a three-headed giant leviathan of a snake was when Cobras then went on to continue. I tell you what, Saiyan, I'll make you a wager. If you can somehow manage to find the power to make it out of this fight alive against my lovely pet Kador, then I'll go and give you exactly what you've been asking of me and fight you head on myself then, mortal. Oh, just my luck, Vegeta went on to then quickly respond. A three-headed leviathan from a bygone era right in front of me. And just when I thought that things couldn't get any more annoying around here, they go and bring this monster out as a surprise for me. Underestimate no one, Saiyan, Cobras responds as Kador went on to then roar. For you are now on Kador's menu for him to feast on. Now go. Go and feast upon this mortal's flesh, to which as Kador was just about to do was when Vegeta quickly went on to then respond. Like hell if you think I'll let myself end up as lizard food, Destroyer. So once I'm done taking care of your puppets, you're next. We'll see how far you'll be able to go, but until then, Cobras responds, you are without a chance of getting to me before Kador and my servants are able to get to you, Saiyan. To which upon that very moment, as one of Kador's heads was attempting to bite down on Vegeta, was when Vegeta quickly then went on to respond, oh, this thing's a lot stronger with its bite force than I thought. And I must say, Angel Merilith went on to chime in, even though he sure does have an attitude about him, this Vegeta is quite the resilient warrior, my lord, but either way, unless he can channel a greater power to use in this battle, then I don't see him being very useful to us for much longer, Lord Cobras, as Cobras went on to respond, and that is exactly why Beerus is undeserving of having such a mortal to serve under him when he can instead serve under me. If, of course, he isn't eaten by Kador in the process, but nevertheless, Merilith, I relish at the idea of corrupting one of Beerus's proteges and turning him against his own kind, but maybe I was mistaken, because it looks as though Kador here is about to deal with our mortal guest the only way that he knows how, and that's by consuming his victim whole, as we are about to see, to which as Kador was then shown lunging towards Vegeta, it was only just before Vegeta could even go as far as to react where Kador from that point was then shown chomping down on Vegeta as Merilith went on to then chime in, oh goodness, well would you go and look at that, and there it is, for the battle looks to be finally over. Well, that was rather fast, as
that shit ain't over, nigga.
That fool truly believed that he had all of the answers upon coming here when he didn't. So now come then, my faithful servants, for I will no longer keep you waiting, as I will go back onto Beerus's world and bring back another mortal for you all to devour. So come, let us go back and grab another one of those warriors on Beerus's planet, beginning with the bigger of the two Saiyans that I went on to meet before coming across Vegeta. And if Beerus dares to even try to interject himself and stop me, Cobras continues, then that fool will be met with swift and severe consequences if he thinks he could stop me. But then, it was only moments after, as the three-headed Kador was from that point then shown having to act up, was when Angel Merilith went on to turn on back by responding, wait, hold on a moment there, Lord Cobras, are you able to feel that too? Behind us, there appears to be something wrong with Kador's body, and if I didn't know any better, it would appear as though it's coming from deep within his stomach after eating the Saiyan, and that glow that's coming from them, Cobras Beerus went on to then turn around by responding, do you feel that sudden change of energy that's taking place around Kador as well? For this is not the same energy that the mortal was shown demonstrating against us just a few moments ago either. For this time it feels rather
yes, sir. Ultra Ego.
Later, as the massive three-headed Kador was then shown having to explode from within, was when Angel Merilith then went on to chime back in. Indeed, as I second this, but it looks like the Saiyan was truly able to somehow survive Kador's neurotoxins within his stomach and go as far as to tear him apart from the inside in what indeed appears to look like destructive energy, my lord. So it's exactly as I had assumed for it to be. Cobra's responds, but a Saiyan wielding a similar power to a god of destruction, as the elite Orel went on to then quickly shout, oh, hold your positions and do not allow for this Saiyan to bypass us into reaching Lord Cobras by any means necessary. Do not take your eyes off of him. And well, would you look at that, Angel Merilith went on to respond. It looks like the Saiyans completely changed once again, only with the power of destruction surrounding him, Cobras responds. So, then it's true. My assumptions on this mortal being the harbinger of a much greater power than the one he was shown using was correct.
Yes, sir.
On that very
Ultra
moment,
Ego.
as Ultra Ego Vegeta was from that point then shown having to re-emerge, was when Vegeta then went on to respond, if you fools really thought that I'd let myself be eaten by that monster without doing anything about it, then you are all gravely mistaken. What's wrong, Destroyer? You don't look very happy by the result of what just happened with your three-headed monster just now. Is that it? Or are you more surprised by the power that you see standing before you? Because one way or another, you're mine. Now, where were we? To which all the while, when then going back onto Beerus' planet, we are only now moments away from both God of Destruction Rino being shown engaging against God of Destruction Beerus, as Rino then went on to respond, your voice has always been the loudest among our kind, Beerus, as it was always a pathetic attempt to mask your inadequacies as a failure. And if I was able to beat you before, then I sure as hell know that I can do it again, Rino continues. You stand there with the audacity of a clown playing king, Beerus, and your frail appearance is more than enough to show me how far you've fallen, with Beerus responding, it's a bold claim to suggest that I've decayed since your time as a destroyer, Rino, but bold claims often precede spectacular falls, which you're about to experience here and now, just like you've experienced against me in the past before. And I'll take great pleasure in tearing down your arrogance piece by piece until there is nothing left but the echo of your defeat. So whenever you're ready, let's finish our story for good.
Sure.
In that very moment, as both Angel Pinota and Angel Whis were from there shown having to raise their staff, was when the angels then went on to announce, and so now then, mighty gods of destruction, let the battle between you both officially begin. As within that very moment, as Universe 13's God of Destruction Rino was the first shown having to make his move and not wasting any more time, was when Rino then went on to shout, come and meet your maker, Beerus, as Goku went on to quickly chime in, whoa, I already knew that Lord Rino was fast and all, but it looks as though he was able to even become faster than he was before. Oh, how wild. To which, as Beerus was barely shown having to avoid one of Rino's strikes, was when Goku then went on to continue, and I'd be lying here if I said that I wasn't a little nervous for Lord Beerus in this fight either, so let's just hope that he could win. To which, as Rino was then shown catching one of Beerus's punches, was when Rino then went on to question, you didn't think that I'd forget about the way you'd fight now, did you, Beerus? Come now, it's time for us to go up for a little ride. To which, the very moment Rino from there was shown having to lunge Beerus on above his head in proceeding to attempt to slam him back down, was when Goku then went on to respond, hey Whis, what do you think Lord Beerus's chances are against Lord Rino if you had to call this down the middle between them? Well, although I would never go against Lord Beerus in any kind of way and always side with him through thick and thin, Whis went on to then respond, but the lack of refinement through practice might render Lord Beerus less than prepared for Lord Rino's challenge, whose very will to power has remained fiercely consistent consistent, Whis continues. And while Lord Beerus possesses a natural aptitude for destruction that is second to none, one must consider that potential unrealized is akin to a blade that grows unsharpened. As during the midst of battle with Destroyer Rino now being able to sense Beerus coming was when Rino then went on to respond, "Oh, Beerus, 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 you are far more rusty than I gave you credit for, that it almost makes me feel sad for you. You had all this time to grow and refine your power far beyond what any of us could dream to reach, but this is just utterly embarrassing, Destroyer." As Rino went on to
he really
backhand
cooking
Beerus
you. Come
across
on,
the
Beerus.
face. "You are nothing like how I remembered you being," with Goku then having to question, "Wait, so are you saying that at one point Lord Beerus was far more powerful back then before these gods were erased than how he is right now?" Unfortunately, Whis responds, "That is correct, Goku. To see Beerus in his prime was to witness the very essence of destruction that was manifested in physical form, but without a worthy adversary throughout the years and without the chase, the hunt, and the thrill of conquest, he has receded into the comfort of his domain, forsaking the very reason that forged him into becoming a very mighty god of destruction," Whis adds. "I warned you a long time ago that this was what you had coming for a long time, Destroyer. So where's all of this so-called mighty power now, Beerus?" Rino went on to question by grabbing onto Beerus' head. "Every moment you spend under my heel is a moment where I want you to know that it's not just your power that I dominate over, but the very essence of what makes you who you are today, Beerus." As in an unrelenting fashion, with Rino now being shown slamming Beerus' face over and over down onto the ground, was when Goku went on to chime back in. "This is really bad, Whis. He's crushing Lord Beerus out there, and it doesn't look like he's going to stop either. We aren't just going to stand around here and watch him do this to Lord Beerus now, are we, Whis? It's too much." With Whis responding, "We must, Goku. This is between gods of destruction, not us." With Goku responding, "But I don't understand why Lord Rino has to go and take it this far against him. I always knew that things were personal between them, but I certainly wasn't expecting for it to be like this." With Angel Pinota having to respond, "I mean, honestly now, Whis, were you truly expecting for the outcome to be any more different than what we're seeing take place before us right now?" Well, be that as it may, Whis went on to respond to his sister, "I still have faith in Lord Beerus that he will go and try to do his very best to win, even if it ends up breaking him in the process. And as impressive as Lord Rino appears, and especially after fighting Goku and now getting used to his body again, as long as Lord Beerus still has the will to fight, I wouldn't rule him out just yet." As by no means was Rino letting up and having to smash Beerus' face over and over down onto the ground, as Rino then went on to question, "How does it feel, Beerus? If you only knew on how badly I had waited for this day to come, and this is the price that you'll have to pay. Do you still think that you're the stronger god of destruction between us now? I want you to say it. I want you to say that you quit, Destroyer. I am far stronger than you, and you know it. Now say it," Rino went on to then shout. "Break the tie in our record and give me what has always been mine. Now say that you quit, or I'll continue to smash your head into the ground until I break every bone in your face. Now say it. I can go and do this all day, you pile of trash. Now say that you quit, because you aren't going to win." But then, it was only just upon with Beerus being shown stopping his head from being smashed down to the ground was when Beerus went on to then power up and responding, "Okay, now I'm angry. And as long as there is life inside of this body," Beerus went on to shout, "I will never see the day where I lose to you ever again, Destroyer. Never!" "Whoa, alright," Goku went on to then shout, "That's the way, Lord Beerus. We knew that you had it within you to take this guy." As upon Beerus being shown striking Rino was when Rino then went on to respond, "Why, you bring it on." And bring it Beerus did, because upon Beerus now being shown unrelentlessly attacking Rino was when Beerus then went on to respond, "I may have enjoyed my free time as god a little too much, but that still doesn't mean that I forgot how to be a destroyer, Rino. And if our tied record is to be broken, then it'll sway in my favor once again. You bit off far more than you can possibly hope to chew, Destroyer." But even despite with all of this being shown happening, it looked as though Destroyer Rino was actually going as far as to enjoy this, as Rino went on to then respond, "Oh, how the mighty have fallen, Destroyer. What happened to the so-called mighty Beerus from the 7th universe? universe. Your attacks, once filled with raw power and precision, now feel so lackluster and weak. Each punch you throw reminds me of our past battles, but with one crucial difference. Back then, you were a force to be reckoned with in battle, but now it feels as though I'm fighting against an amateur. You're washed up, Beerus, and deep down, you're starting to see it now for yourself as well. And here I was expecting some sort of a challenge, but instead, it seems like I'm getting a lesson in the dangers of becoming self-centered and neglectful. Your time as the stronger god of destruction between us is over, as Beerus went on to then dash towards Rino by then shouting, "Self-centered, huh? Well, I'll go and show you on just how self-centered I really am when I finally beat your face into the dirt for every single one of your disrespectful remarks towards me, you overgrown, oversized idiots." But it was only moments before Beerus was actually able to reach Rino, where Rino had now gone as far as to unleash one of his ferocious vice shouts, as Goku went on to then chime back in, "Oh man, that's loud!" And he timed that vice shout of his perfectly as well, because he was banking on Beerus and taking the bait too. Oh, how long can Lord Rino keep this up for, Goku questions. I feel like my head's about to explode. Well, it's one of Lord Rino's trademark counters in a fight, Whis responds, and it would seem as though Lord Beerus had already forgotten about it despite enduring such a counter in battle before. To which upon Destroyer Rino now being shown making his move once again
come on,
Beerus
nigga.
by being shown clotheslining him was when Rino then went on to respond, "Are you starting to see the difference between my god status and yours, Beerus? Do you remember our battles of old, the ones where we'd push each other to our limits? But this is a mere shadow of those glorious days, and it's all because you've allowed yourself to become weak and complacent as your ego kept growing while your power kept diminishing. And unless there is more to your power than what you just used against me," Rino continues, "then it's time for me to go and finally put you in your place right where you belong. So you'd be lucky to remember and respond on time before I smash you, Destroyer. Time's up, Beerus, and if you feel like you still have what it takes to continue to fight a battle which even you know that you're losing, then by all means I welcome you to try and prove me wrong." Rino went on to then dash towards Beerus by responding, "You're done for, Beerus," as Goku went on to quickly respond, "I don't like the way this looks, Whis. I didn't want to believe it, but to see Lord Rino go and push Beerus around like this is almost too good for it to be true." To which, fortunately enough, within that moment, as Beerus was shown having to leap up in avoiding Rino's strike, was when Whis went on to then respond, "Well, I always figured that Lord Beerus would have something like this coming if he didn't follow up by keeping up with his training with the way he should have been doing, but hold on there for just a moment. Hey, what just happened?" Goku went on to question. "Did Lord Beerus suddenly decide that he wants to take a nap during the middle of a fight or something? Wait, is it me, Whis? Or does it look like he's trying to maybe concentrate by tapping into something?" With Whis responding, "Well, that's because he is, Goku." "Wait, really? Well, I wonder on what he's trying to tap into then that will help him." "Now, I'm not sure on how exactly this is going to go," Whis responds, "and since it has been a very long time since Lord Beerus was shown fully going all out in a fight, this is going to likely come down to a split moment in time between them, because whomever will be likely able to take control the fastest right now will likely be the one who will emerge victorious by the very end," which it was only right then and there now during that moment
this
where
nigga trying to do Ultra
the
Instinct.
story of the resurrected fallen gods of destruction, the Universe 14
I'll get into the story.
Manga chapter number 3 special then comes to a close. Now, first things first, before anything else, Whis does confirm the fact that because Beerus had not decided to pursue his training in going as far as to take the liberty to keep up with his regimen, but instead had chosen to sleep, eat, and be lazy as a result, this might ultimately end up catching up to Beerus, as of course sometimes we have to learn the hard way if we want to get motivated. And so, even despite all of this, as Rino now wages war against Beerus to find out which god of destruction is in fact the superior destroyer, we finally now see how Vegeta had decided to go all out in Universe 14 by now being shown unleashing the power of Ultra Ego. So one can only go as far as to imagine now as to what Vegeta has planned when going up against Cobras's men, and specifically now having to shift his focus in aiming directly at Cobras, in which all of this...
Alright, shout out to UnrealEntGaming for that. Right there, hey, fire. Like I said, this is heat right there. Ultra Ego, Vegeta against Cobras. Beerus trying to go Ultra Instinct, man. It's gonna be lit, man. The chapter gonna be lit. I like the chapter more than the Reno, than the last one. What, the Universe 13, 14, 13, whatever. I like this better than 13. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that with with bass in my voice. I like it better than 13. Anyway, let me know what y'all think down below. You like my reaction. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.